Hi and Assalamu alaikum. Today we have some Zabihah Halal plate ribs, or Dino ribs as they also call it. So right now it's around almost 9 p.m. So I'm gonna season them, I'm gonna trim them, and I'm gonna put this in the fridge. And tomorrow morning I'm gonna put that in the smoker. So it's gonna cook around 7-8 hours until it's probe tender. Alright, so let's see silver skin here all around. So I think I have to trim that. One thing that you want to be aware of that when you're working with beef and fat, no matter how good your knife is, the fat will always kind of stick to the blades, and it's gonna dull your knife. So I always work with two, because if one is not working for me, then I can switch to my second one, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Alright, so I like this. I mean, there's no silver skin. There's a little bit on this side. There's nothing on this side. So I'm going to keep this fat as is. And I'm going to season these two now. The first thing before you season it is, what I usually do is, this is the membrane. I mean, you can take this off, but I usually keep it as is, just because if you take this off, then when you cook it, everything kind of falls apart. So you lose the presentation. So what I do, I usually just put a cut from the top and bottom, just so it still sticks there, but not entirely. So when you take them out, you still have that presentation of ribs. Otherwise, they slide off of the bone. So, all right. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna actually take this. All right. Seasoning is very simple. I keep it very simple. I have garlic powder. I have black pepper, and then seasoning salt. That's it. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the good layer of seasoning salt. And the backside is basically just for aesthetics. It's not gonna penetrate, so I'm just do it for the heck of it, honestly. Alright, so on the back, I'm just gonna do seasoning salt and then this black pepper. Maybe black pepper. What time is off? Alright, we're done with the seasoned salt. Now we're gonna put the garlic powder on it. Garlic powder. Ooh, too much for my comfort. All right. We're going to be a bit generous with garlic salt, or garlic powder, sorry, not garlic salt. Don't use garlic salt because you already use Lawry seasoning salt, so you don't want to put garlic salt or any additional salt. All right, the last thing, which is the most important ingredient, and this is what makes Texas barbecue is black pepper. And black pepper is basically the crucial ingredient if you're smoking meat, is because this is what catches the smoke and you get that smoky flavor in your meat. Clean this up a little bit. Alright, so this is after we seasoned it. So what I'm going to do, I am going to shrink wrap this, put this in the fridge overnight, so all of this seasoning penetrates the meat, and then it also seasons the inside. So okay, so I'm gonna put this in the fridge overnight, and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow when I'm gonna take them and put this in the smoker. So talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, so this is the next morning, and I took the brisket and the ribs out of they were in the fridge for the entire night. Oh, they look absolutely gorgeous. So we'll give you an update once I throw them in the smoker, and then we'll see how they are cooking. All right. So I got both of my ribs in the bottom shelf, and I'm gonna put the brisket on the top shelf. So the temperature is at 250 right now. So brisket is going in here. This is a very thin brisket. I don't like this brisket, but it is what it is. And we're gonna leave them for 3 hours. I'm gonna check it after 3 hours, and then we're gonna see what the temperature is and if you want to spread it or not. So there's one more thing I'm missing here. I'm gonna put the tallow or the fat that I trimmed from both brisket and ribs. I'm gonna also throw that in there on the grill so it makes tallow, and then we can, when you wrap it, we can put the tallow on. Okay, so we are at the 3 hour mark, and this is how the brisket looks, and this is how the ribs look. So I don't have to spread that. It's still pretty moist. I'm pretty happy with it. So what I'm gonna do, so I didn't add any thermometers or meat probes in there. So I'm gonna add the meat probes on all 3 of them, and then we'll see when it gets to 165, 170, and then I'm gonna wrap all of these. So all right, so right now it's showing 180 for ribs and brisket also. So I'm gonna start wrapping the brisket, and then I'm gonna wrap the two ribs that we have, and then we're gonna use this tallow, as you see here. So, all right. The bark, I said, is still some meat sweats, as we call it, but I think I'm pretty happy with the bark right now. So see you in a few minutes. All right. Second one. Tallow, I'm gonna put tallow on top. So it's already pretty moist, I don't need to, but just to make sure we have some flavoring. Again, there's no science to wrapping it as long as it's wrapped tight and goes back on the steam. What I'm going to do, I'm going to actually move this here. Let's see. Right. Alright, so one of the ribs is showing 201, so I'm just kind of probing it. I usually don't go by temperature. The temperature is a good way to see when something is close to doneness, especially when it comes to ribs. Make sure it's probe tender, so as you can see, there's virtually no resistance going in. So that's basically what I'm looking for. And this one is done. So. Alright, so I'm gonna pull this one out. This one is done. I think I need to give maybe 30 minutes more the other one. Because this one is a bit bigger than this one. This one is a little smaller. And I'm gonna put this in this handy dandy BBQ bag. It's a pretty slim, sleek bag. And we're gonna give it a rest for maybe 2 hours or so, and then I'll cut it. So when I cut it, I'll let you guys know. Alright folks, it's been more than 3 hours since we got our ribs out of the smoker and put it in this handy dandy bag. So it's been cooled down. Alright, so took a peek, and I'm gonna see. Oh my goodness, see how tender they are. It's almost falling off the bone. This is what we call falling off the bone. Well, not literally, but it's. Bismillah. Guys, you can see how juicy it is. Ooh. Beautiful smoke rings and beautiful bark. And I have my daughter here. She's my Esther. Right. See how juicy and tender this is. Amazing. All right, let's put that one in here. Mmm. See, this is what the Dino ribs is all about. And beautiful, juicy piece of meat. And we also call it, in Texas, we call it brisket on a stick. Something like that. So, but till next time. So this video I showed you how to season and smoke ribs. After smoking for more than 7 hours actually. This is the end product.